The Northern Rivers Telecentre and AVCAD have jointly facilitated the concept of establishing the Viga CMC in the Northern Rivers of New South Wales, utilising facilities in Lismore and Byron Bay. We see it as a regional development initiative that builds on our creative talent pool, our competitive advantage for content creation.
As one of the founders of regional Northern Rivers Telecentre and Link TV, I've always imagined the integration of multimedia and information technology. The Telecentre provides training in all facets of multimedia, interactive CD-ROM production, internet access through the Northern Rivers Gateway, as well as networking and lobbying to bring the Viga CMC to reality.
This area should be set up as a CD-ROM seeding ground for new ideas, for great products to go out to the world.
I'm very pleased to be able to make my contribution to this effort to obtain funding for a cooperative multimedia centre to be set up on the Northern Rivers, and in particular, hopefully in this area of Byron Shire Council.
We feel that it's very important that these industries are allowed to develop in areas outside of the urban centres. And Byron has a unique place in that way because it happens to contain a large amount of people who have chosen to leave the urban centres and live more in the country regions and have brought with them the skills that they acquired in those urban centres in all aspects of the media. So we feel we have here right now an industry that could, given the proper infrastructure and the proper planning, could grow at a tremendous rate and form a very useful part of this local economy.
This area is renowned throughout Australia for its creativity. It is visited by people and it attracts people as permanent residents who are after that thing called a cultural identity. It is ideally placed to be the centre for one of the first of the new multimedia community organisations.
The Council is willing to help with assistance through the provision of land and also any other technical support that's required. We see this venture as one that will provide a clean industry for the area and much needed boost in employment.
Wellingbar College, 1 year old and in stage 2 of a 7-phase construction, is one of 9 campuses of the North Coast Institute of TAFE in the Northern Rivers region. We work closely with the Southern Cross University, secondary schools, Skillshares and other providers to give a comprehensive range of technical and vocational education. We would be able to support the CMC in this region with a wide range of technical and other occupational skills.
Lismore Challenge Limited is delighted to be associated with the AVCAD Viga strategy. Lismore Challenge is an organisation providing a wide range of services to people with support needs, and we see valuable employment opportunities through telemarketing, packaging and mail-outs. We also offer to the consortium an established infrastructure, land for headquarters and a planned eco-tourist project in Lismore.
The Viga strategy will enable 1,500 students from the Northern Rivers Conservatorium to get outcomes and employment in the creative arts. It's an excellent opportunity for this region. We fully support it from the Conservatorium, and congratulations, Viga, on what you're doing. Well done. Northern Rivers Performing Arts presents the theatrical event of 1993, The Carved at Paris. I'm Lynn Keeley, Mayor of Paris, and I want to invite you to a spectacular outdoor performance of music, theatre and dance outside Lismore City Hall, 8:30 p.m, December 3, 4 and 5.
We have a large number of artists who have the skills, have the desire to be involved in this new aspect of the arts, don't have the facilities, don't quite have all of the skills, but are ready, willing and able to get involved in it.
Lots of artists are moving from painting into multimedia presentation, where they're including soundscapes into their work, they're including slide presentation, works being projected on buildings, things like that.
We see CD-ROMs as being a new market for our photographs, which we can supply from our large stock library. We're already supplying photographs, CD-ROMs, for a number of government departments and private companies. And we see this as expanding our market both in Australia and internationally.
I've worked on more than 200 books, about 25 World Expo pavilions. I've made film, video, and radio programs. With CD-ROM, I have a chance to utilize all of the skills that I've learned in the last 35 years. I also think that it's a very good potential market for us for export.
We make a variety of films specializing in documentaries and educational films with a particular emphasis on health and well-being. And all our films are distributed worldwide.
I've been involved in such productions as Crocodile Dundee #1, where I was associate producer and producer of the animated film Ferngully The Last Rainforest, executive producer of a television show on air on Channel 9 at the moment called Wildlife with Olivia Newton-John. My company, Young Heart Production, aspires to work in all the different media for which film is an expression, such as feature film, television series, and coming up soon, an Omnimax film. So we're already in the multimedia game, and the CD-ROM field is just a new one where we just have to use the same elements of creativity.
I think if the government's serious about decentralisation, then one of the things they could do for people like myself is to provide a multimedia centre, an outlet for our work in an area like Byron Bay, Lismore.
As a media teacher at Mullumbimby High School, a lecturer at the university and a board member of Link, I can see there's a great need for development of youth skills in the field of technology.
I think we need silicon chips rather than wood chips.
Youth Arts and Skills Festival. Dance, drama, art, music.
My partner Jeff Kanan and I formed Hatchling Productions in 1992, and we produce community and environmental videos. We've recently upgraded our post-production facility with this new fast non-linear editing system, which enables us to produce broadcast quality videos right here in our studio at Clunes. I've recently been awarded an Australian Film Commission training grant to upgrade my own skills into these non-linear systems, and I intend to use this knowledge to not only extend the quality and the possibilities of the videos that we can produce here, but to move into the area of CD-ROM production and multimedia.
After training in television with the ABC, I worked extensively in Europe and America, specifically in multimedia at the Media Lab, MIT. Returning to Australia, I moved to beautiful Byron Bay. The only problem is we have very low employment in this area. So as a small business entrepreneur involved in the multimedia area, I'd love to see the federal government's Creative Nations statement result in a CMC multimedia centre for Byron Bay.
We're a large analogue recording facility which consists of 2 studios, a 48-track and a 24-track studio. We've located ourselves in the Byron, Lismore area because of the large wealth of talent that we have in this area, and are at this time recording a lot of local artists and distributing overseas mostly through our Rocking Horse Recording Company label. We're extremely interested in the multimedia and CD-ROM areas.
I think in order to facilitate a multimedia industry in this region, we need to set up a central media centre or service system that enables graphic designers and people involved in this industry to share electronic information, and I think this needs to be implemented as soon as possible.
As chairperson of Link Television, I welcome the idea of a CMC for the Lismore and Byron regions. Link Television was the first of the regional community television licenses issued in Australia, and I think the reason for this is the wealth of talent and expertise that we have up here in our midst. There's huge potential here for the production of quality and innovative programs, and a CMC would really capitalise on that and bring a much needed, clean and very exciting industry to our area.
It's absolutely essential that we set up community media spaces and media centres in this region to help link with building production from the hugely talented number of people that we now have living in this region. It's part of the infrastructure that we need.
Our specific role here at the Telecottage is to put multimedia content onto the information superhighway. And the screen that you can see here right now is a live connection to the information superhighway. The Byron Telecottage has already some pages on there with graphics and images, and we hope to get more parts of the community involved in this project.
The Vega strategy is a new industry. It's the multimedia industry. It's big and it's going to expand. This area of the Northern Rivers needs this expansion to create jobs and to create export products for international marketplace sales.